Hi, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Weird and Wonderful Things. It's still really awkward trying to get used to how this whole streaming thing works. So that's me talking to myself, to the camera too. That's you guys. I don't know, I'm weird. Tonight we're gonna make some weird, wonderful things, and specifically we're gonna be working on finishing up some pieces we started in a previous stream. We're gonna be doing making some skeleton bats and painting some skulls and seeing what happens. Let's make a checklist. Keep ourselves occupied. I'm gonna adjust the audio levels here just for a sec, so hang with me. Doop-a-doo. There we go. That should be better. And I got fresh batteries. I look like I'm getting an output from this. Hello? Hello? Oh yeah, we're good. Yeah. All right, kick ass. Sweet, let's do this. Alrighty. I adjusted some of my angles from last time to try to get this a little bit better, but it's a work in progress. I'll figure it out as we go. I have a handful of things I need to do tonight, but we'll see how they come along, but they'll be fun to look at. So let's start by making a checklist and see what we hope to accomplish. What I hope to accomplish, at least. Alright, so let's see. I have some completed mounts that we need to put together. And among those are skeleton bats. So, let's see. I got a big one we're going to put together and a small one. I need to finish painting that big skull. So we're going to paint big horn skull. Helps if you right click. And I do have another skull that we're going to try to mess with, but I'm not exactly sure if I like it or not and what we're going to do. So maybe paint mystery skull. And I do already have a mount for this. I'll show you that too. Let's see, what else do we want to accomplish today? Okay, another thing we're going to do is we're going to do some just painting. New big mount. So this piece here is, I'll show you all about it in a second. This is a, what do you call it? Why am I drawing a blank on this now that I'm on camera? It's a commission, thank you. This is a commission that I'm working on right now. That's really exciting. I've been working on it for about a month and a half, maybe a month to a month and a half, off and on. It's by far one of my most technically challenging pieces I've ever worked on, and I'm painting this for a gentleman that will be at the Seattle Tattoo Expo. So I'm hoping to have it done in time to show it to him there. But since he lives on the other side of the U.S., I'm going to be shipping it to him regardless. But I wanted to get this worked on a little bit tonight, and so I have some pieces lined up that I'm going to show you what that entails. And we're going to do paint other stuff. This kind of goes with that too. I have a couple other elements that need to be painted for that particular mount. And the last thing we might do, so maybe, is epoxy. You've seen me epoxy in the other ones. I may not have enough tonight to do a full mount, full set, but I don't know, we'll see what happens. So yeah, let's take a look and see all the fangled new things that I've been working on. And again, I'm trying to keep to the schedule of Sundays and Thursdays, but life is life, and as such, I didn't get a chance to stream last night, so that's why I'm streaming tonight. And if you've never joined me for Weird and Wonderful Things before, my name is Joey Edwards, and hi. I work in a variety of different media, wire sculpture, painting, pumpkins. I do all kinds of weird stuff, and I just started this whole streaming gig, and so hope you like what I'm doing, and I don't know, let's do some weird fucking shit. All right, cool. Anyways, let me fix these views so I can show you the table and show you what we got from last time. Dun, 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 dun. That is this one. Oh, not this one. Hold on, one sec. There we go. Cool. And I'll turn this over so that you can read it from upside down. Cool. Well, here's our epoxy table from where we left off last time. I got a new camera view so you can get a better view of the whole table. This little rib cage is nice and glittery and kind of a matte black on the surface. I kind of messed it up right in here last time, so I did a quick little batch of extra epoxy over the top of where I scratched it, and that seems to have worked just fine. So this is a completed piece from last time, ready to go. It's pretty dope. I like it. It's also glow in the dark too, and so I haven't quite figured out how to properly bust out the black light and show you guys all on the stream yet how much all this glows, but just pay attention to like my social media accounts. I'll post some pictures there soon. They're at the bottom of the video there. Okay, so that one is pretty much done. This guy is one that I have been working on for a while. This has gone through 2 different epoxy settings, and I feel like it's pretty much done. Let me hold it up a little bit closer so you can kind of see it. My light here is not great, but yeah, the beehive is completely encased in epoxy, and I got actual bees in there too. So you can't have beehive without bees. That'd be sacrilege. That's crazy talk. But yeah, this one is ready for us to apply a mount to. So we'll be putting a mounting bracket on the back tonight and attaching the wire piece that'll go inside this. And this piece of cryptodermia will be completely finished. This mount right here came together during my last stream, and it looks dope. God, that's super cool looking. I really, really like it. It's not $2.99. That's what happens when you leave your thrift store tags on your mounts. But yeah, this is ready to go. So I have the wire sculpture for this. We'll be attaching it and putting the mounting brackets on that tonight. Ooh, that's so cool. Can you guys see the cool crackle texture on there? That's what I was trying to freaking get on this, the big black part, but it didn't work. But I think for a big vampire bat skeleton, the blood splatter works just fine. Cool. All right, so these guys over here, this is my little bat skeleton that we're going to be using for these types of pieces. I have made a handful of these, and let me just, I don't know, for what it's worth, like this little small gauge of wire, when I was a little kid, this is the stuff that I used to make all my toys out of. When I got older and I started taking like more proper art classes, I figured that if I don't know, since I've been wire wrapping and making weird things forever, I thought if I just made things bigger, then that would be more of an actual art style. But I don't know, I've been getting back to this, and it's kind of comforting. It's a lot easier on my body physically to work with this stuff, but I have never yet, since I've started this series of cryptodermia, or this type of wire work that I work with, I haven't actually attached it to anything. So that'll be an adventure tonight, is seeing my whole vision come together. This is like the frame that we built last time and put all together. It looks pretty good epoxied, although it looks like some like random debris got in here. So I'm going to give this one more coat of epoxy before I call this particular mount finished. But what we're going to be doing, maybe not tonight for this one, but yes for the other one, is we're going to be attaching this bat to the top here so that when you hang it on the wall, you got a little upside down bat that hangs. And we're going to attach it in a way so that if I go ahead and turn it over, you'll have your choice of like what side and style you want this little bat to be on there. So I think that's neat. It's weird. It gives the viewer, the owner of the piece, a chance to not get bored of the same thing. But ooh, that glossy black looks so cool. I really dig it. This really came out really pretty. I'm pretty happy with it. Yay for new things. This piece, on the other hand, is kind of the opposite of where we're at in that other one. So I still need to paint this bat more, and so we'll do that tonight. This piece as itself is epoxy just fine, and so tonight we'll try to get this to be a completed piece of artwork. So that's these fucking things. All right, so as for the skulls, I'm going to be painting tonight and working on. I got a couple of different options. So I want to finish painting this thing, this big fucking skull. I've painted it a little bit. I'm just not super satisfied with the way it looks right now. I don't know. Maybe it's just, I usually dry brush stuff and it brings out all the texture. With this spray, it just kind of soaks up all the texture and kind of blurs it together a little bit. That may look cool, and maybe I'm too close to it, but I'm going to go away from the spray paint on this tonight, and I'm going to touch it up with just brushwork and see if I can make it look a little bit more appealing to me. And if that gets good, then we can proceed with mounting it on my spirally mount that we worked on last time. This guy. I really like this, the way this came out. I don't know, it's pretty neat. I'm gonna epoxy over it, I think, too. And so that'll be another round that we may or may not do tonight, but we'll see how it comes out. I could just attach the skull first and then epoxy behind the skull to it, but don't know what I want to do yet. So we'll figure it out. As for the mystery skull, that's this guy. So like, I made this skull as an experiment. I'm really satisfied with like the way the wire works on it, but you see this little red band in here? This is actually a one solid like light that just, I don't know, it's like those wire lights that you can see on Amazon. I thought it would be cool to have like lit wire like wrapping through the skull. Maybe it is cool, but like you can't see it in this video, but maybe I can get you to see it. So hang tight. Let me adjust the lights in here for a second. Echo, turn off garage lights. All right, so it's pretty dark in here. Let's see if we can get this lit up. We can tell it's lit. So yeah, when this is not, well, there's no lights on it right now. It's just like this crazy red squiggly line. But I don't know if I like the way it looks. Honestly, I don't. So this is more of an experiment at this point in time. But I'm gonna paint it, make it look nice. And I do have a nice ruby mount that I'm gonna put it on, and I'll show you that. Here, let me get the lights back on. Oh, it also flashes. So, and you can make it flash really bright or rapidly. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, Echo, turn on garage lights. Let's get our lights back up. Yes. There we go. Cool. Alrighty then. So that's what we're doing tonight, and follow along. Let's do this thing. Alrighty. Oh, hello, Bat. Any drink. All of this work I'm getting ready is for the Seattle Tattoo Expo. It's not this weekend, but it's the following weekend. And I feel like I have a lot to do, but I also feel like I do a lot all the time and I'll be fine. But there's always that weird stress of like a big upcoming event as an artist to get ready for. And you want to make sure you lead with your best body work and your best foot forward. And I don't know, should be good. Getting all the dotting my I's and crossing my T's. But yeah, let's just shut up and make stuff already, huh? Okay. Where should we start? Let's paint this bat. All right. Brush out here already. If we can get this guy painted now, we can get him nice and dry in time to actually mount. And I think that this fan might be interfering with my mic, so I'm going to change its direction just a little bit. There we go. Okay. And mic levels are still good. Yay! Cool. If you can see that or not. So cool the way that the wire picks up the dry brush. This makes it kind of like, I don't know, kind of like Jack Skellington in a way. Just little tiny visible chunks of line work. When I do get this mounted on there, I want to get it mounted in a way that you could take it off if you wanted to, because these little guys are kind of like toys and they're meant to be played with and handled. And they're so pretty. They're just so cute. Oh, tiny bat. See if I can reach right up inside your little rib cage and bring out your insides. Who's a good bat? Alright. Sweet. Oh, gotta get this side. Okay. That looks pretty good. I like it. This is just another bat that I have. You're so cute. I'll brush you up a little bit too. Give you a little touch up. Alright, let's see. Now, let's make you extra spooky. Let's make this fucker glow in the dark. So this stuff goes on pretty much clear. That fan do its job. You can't even really tell, but now this whole thing is like extra glow in the dark. And I'll turn them over once and get the other side. Sweet. And then let's seal it with a little bit of satin clear enamel. This is glossy, got my caps mixed up. Lacquer, clear. I could do glossy, but where did I put you? Dark. Oh, is that it? Here we go. That last little bit of spray will, once this dries, it'll just make it nice and more weather sealed, so it runs less of a risk of rusting, I would imagine. But it also traps all that acrylic I just put in there and the glow-in-the-dark paint I added to it. Sweet. All right, let's make some mounts. So the rib cage I made for this, we painted before. It's got this nice kind of I think it's blue. Probably blue. I'm gonna go with blue. And I'm gonna use my poor choice of color seeing to say that that looks good together. I think it looks nice. Let's get some screws and such. Let's see. So we're gonna need a screw to attach it. We're gonna need some mount stuff. Nope, not these ones. Too big. These ones. There we go. Okay. And I do want to disguise this a little bit. Let's see. I don't think it'll be very visible, but I might want to make it a little glossy. Just make it match the glossiness of that actual the mount of the metal that I have on there, the coat. There we go. Sweet. It's pretty much done. I think I can get one more squirt out of it though, so we'll hang on to it for the time being. Okay. Excuse me, Mr. Skull. I'm gonna borrow this. So I don't want to fuck up the beehive. So I think what I'll do is that. That way I can get to the back of this to attach this. Make sure this is right side up. It seems pretty centered. Ah. Actually, these screw heads are too small. I'm gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Sweet. Now we need to get this in there, and I have this nice little hole in there that I think will work great. So let's free through that. Get in there. There we go. Okay. Pick our spot where we want this to live forever. There we go. Get that straight. Look right about there, should be good. Ah, fuck. Ah, I fucked it up. Damn it. Gotta be careful. Okay, let's try this again. Maybe I need to lower this table. Let's see, move that. Give myself some better leverage. And that little scratch isn't too bad on there. Might just be able to epoxy over it. Or, you know what? It's barely noticeable. Well, it's enough for me to want to epoxy it, so I'll just go ahead and include it in the next batch and do a touch-up like I did that red one before. That'll be fine. If only everything worked the right way the first time. Come on, you. Alright, well that's on there now. And I can kind of disguise it, dragging some of that over. Cool. Well, beyond that tiny little scratch, this guy's done. That's fucking dope. Cool. This is really pretty. I like it a lot. Alright, sweet. Cool. Dun, 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 dun. Well, this one's done. Let's set it somewhere. Over here for now. Come back to you. Okay. Let's make a big gigantic bat skeleton work. So this mount is going to be interesting to mount. This is the bat that we're going to be attaching to it. So that'll be interesting. I've already dry brushed this and I've already coated it in satin clear coat. So everything's locked nice and forever trapped under a clear glossy exterior, or semi-glossy exterior. So now we need to do the same thing we did before. And I'm going to put a little sawtooth bracket, get some screws. We're going to try to use these guys. We might need a drill. I don't know yet. We'll figure that out. Oh, here we go. Sure, that'll be fine. I just pick these screws up. I don't know if they'll fit through here. Oh, they should be fine. Okay. So let's use the leverage of the table to put that down. Ow. Rats. It's got a splinter. Nothing a pair of needle-nose pliers can't fix, thankfully. Okay. Let's take this out so no one gets confused. Maybe I can reuse that later. We'll see. I want to get this kind of lower on here so that I kind of think that the weight of it will be a little bit better distributed if I do that. This piece isn't very heavy by any means, but it doesn't need to sit at the very top either. Okay. Now, got some gunk on here. Let's clean that up. Cool. Stupid gunky tarp. Alright. So how the hell am I going to do this? Let's see. I think the easiest way to do it is to screw right through his foot. Let's try that, yeah. Let's do it. Let's take a look at this foot though. If I go through there, that, I don't know, it's not as tight as I want it to be. So I'm going to go through this thinner part of the foot. We may only need one. Let's see how it goes. There we go. Kind of want something to prop this up. Oh yeah, you hang out right there, guy. All right, guy, stay right there. Cool. That's nice and in place. Do I need another one? That's kind of fucking on there already. Cool. Look at that. Skeleton bats. Vampire skeleton bats, ladies and gentlemen. It just needed the one little tiny fix to reality. Cool. Look at that freaking thing. It's neat. It doesn't even stick off the wall that far. Nice. I dig it. I like that a lot. His little back talon kind of fits on the back of that piece of wood and locks it in place. Oh, that's rad. Cool. I do feel I need to disguise that screw a little bit better though, so what I'm going to do is I am going to get just a tiny bit more white paint and we'll just hit it ever so lightly. There we go. You can't see what I just did. Just kind of like dry brushed over the screw part itself to kind of disguise it a little bit, so from a distance you're not going to really notice too much. But yeah, kick ass. I can even, oh, this probably is a good idea too. I can probably do this like this too to show you guys. I want to take his little toes and I want to curl them down a little bit more. It could be a her, this could be a female bat, like a bat mama. Are you a bat mama? Here's your bat mama, he's a cute little dude. He's like, I'm so happy, today you got mount. This blood is from the animals I killed for my children. If you haven't noticed already, I like to make up songs all the time. I sing to myself. I'm weird. I don't care. Well, cool, this piece is fucking dope. I love it. Yay! Kick ass. More things are coming together. Alright, so that's, what, 3 complete pieces tonight already? It's nice when you can just finish stuff in succession. Alright, let's make more skeleton bats. I'm going to put you over here for right now. So, skeleton bat one last time. Look at that. Woo! Skeleton bat. Okay. Next up, this guy. Is our bat dry yet? Our bat is dry. Cool. So here's my idea for this one. So we're gonna just attach his little feet to this branch. And I can make one of his legs sit out a little bit longer to catch the angle. Remember, I was so mad at the way this tiny little imperfection happened about this coming up more like this than over here. But it's fine. Branches are crazy. Bats can hang on any branches. It's their prerogative. So yeah, I think this is a really interesting looking piece. But we need to attach this bat here somehow. And I was thinking we'd do it very similarly to what I just did with that other one. But this is so thin and tiny. So I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully I don't fuck this up and break it. We'll see. I have these tiny little cut tacks. They're black, and I think they'll work. But unlike screws, they're just little tiny nails. And I don't know if that's going to work for what we want. So I also have little tiny screws too. Not these ones, but the first ones I was using. This might work. think the screws might work actually. I don't know. I'd like to use these. They're way more minimal. Let's see if I could just push it through. If I could push it through, then... Oh yeah, look at that. That actually works really well. I'm really tempted just to grab this and push it in like that, but then I'm going to hurt the back of it. So maybe I can find something to cushion my pressure on the back. Let's try this. Oh, that worked flawlessly. That's fucking rad. Yay! Kick fucking ass, dude. All right, let's get the other one in there. Excellent. Yay, thumbtacks for the win. Sharp-ass, evil-looking honed metal tacks, should I say. And they're so black, they blend right in. Okay, this one's not going to be as friendly as the first one. Ugh. Did I fuck up the nail? No. But I do need to just not... Just can't rush it, that's all. Oof. Okay, cool. Ta-da! Look at that fucking shit. That's rad. Yay! I got a little hanging bat. It's not quite centered on there, but bats don't give a fuck if they're centered. They're just bats. And, because the way I envision this, you can hang the piece like this. And the bat also works. So you can go any way you want. And then of course, because it's wire, you can feel free to bend and reshape this and twist it however you want, and it'll still work. But yeah, that's amazing. That's so cool. I've had this idea in my head forever, and or at least for a little while. It's just nice to see it come out. That is great. Yes! Fuck yeah. So cool. And it glows in the dark. How cool is that? Man. You know, if you guys want to bear with me just for a minute, I can show you how glow in the dark this is. So hang tight. Let's see if I can set up my light and figure out a way to do it that will show it off really quick. Let's see. One light tune, switch power around. Echo, turn off garage lights. So I have some light coming in from outside right now that may not show this off in the way I want it to. Let's hope my black light works. There we go. This might work better on the second stream where it's darker. So let me change the angle of the camera so we're back at the epoxy table. And I'll adjust some other things in here real quick. It's that stupid fucking light back there. Stupid daylight. Wow, my face looks really creepy right now. We're going to look at glow-in-the-dark bats. What's wrong with me? I don't know. That was... Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So if this works, then I can show you what the other pieces I've been doing with glow-in-the-dark look like too while I'm at it. Okay, so... So it is glowing, but with that stupid other light in here, it's hard to actually see how much it's glowing. Is the camera picking up at all? Not really. Sad. Well, it's definitely glowing a lot. It's very, very bright, even though the camera's not picking it up. I'll try this again later on in the stream if it gets darker out to show you then. But let me just put everything back together again really quick. Hang tight. Echo, turn on garage lights. And this came up during my last stream, was that the fact that because I'm using an Amazon device to control the lights in here so that I can have, free hands. Whoever's watching this, if they also have Alexa devices, I'm so sorry. Oh man, you're gonna have all kinds of fun little interesting things happen, I'm sure. So, I promise I won't try to turn off your lights. Not your lights, as long as you're not watching this in the garage. You should be fine. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to... Nope, wrong one. I didn't kick there, I guess. It's fine. Okay, so... I do want to do the same thing with this one, but I'm not ready. Simply because there's some imperfections in here that I just can't stand. And I'm not going to stand for them. I want to fix them. Like a little bit of hair got in here somehow, so I think that's my dog probably. The glory of owning animals. But yeah, we are going to put that bat in here just like that, and it's going to be just like the other one. And this, they're both coming out so cool. I'm really pleased with these. Yay! Cool, but we're not going to attach this guy today because, like I said, I want to epoxy this one more time just to make it pristine. All right, well, let's check our checklist. Cool. Where are we at? Where's my, there we go. Complete. We did the big one. We did the small one. Yay! Crossing that shit off our list. Let's do this fucking thing now. Big skrrr with evil hands. It's my crude drawing of my skull. Okay. Let's clear a surface to work on. And this time I am also, I think I'm using the jack correctly, so we'll see how that goes. Okay. Guess I don't need to have these screws up here anymore. Clean workspace is a happy workspace. Let's paint a skull. Okay. Okay, cool. Boom. Now, yeah, that should work fine for this angle. All right. I don't know, man. Don't know. I know that I want to use white and I want to use black. I also know I'm probably going to ruin my brand new t-shirt. Fuck. I should dress better for these things. Let's get some black paint out. So I was using, I don't know. Let's just start with the white and see what happens. Now, fuck it, we'll use both. Okay. So maybe what we just need is some dirty water. Said no one ever. But I don't know. I want to get this. It just seems like it's missing something. It's too clean. I don't like it. I want it to be more messy. I want it to be more vulgar. I want it to be like more like abrasive. So I'm gonna just do some dark tones here and there, and I'm gonna use some dirty paint water, and we'll just see if we can get this to a nice state of, what the fuck is that? That's really my main goal. It's make you question what the fuck this even is. I don't know. This is fun. I've done a lot of artwork in my time, and I've put a lot of effort into art over the years. I've been doing this for a very, very long time. And I have spent a lot of time making artwork that was like incredibly meaningful and full of metaphor and like aspired to be something great. And that's not what this is. This is just fun. This is just the culmination of like techniques that I've learned that is just me making things that I enjoy. And I really like the way that this stuff looks when it comes out. And it's really gratifying to see the response people have given it to. This is actually coming out red. I don't know if you can tell this, you can see this up close, but going over the top of the wire. So like I have layers of colored wire in here now. So I have like the dark color on the bottom. It's all spray painted white through and through. But now I'm adding this dirty paint tinged over the top. So it's like sinew and it's like inside of it. That's already looking better to me. Cool. I like it. But yeah, anyways, this stuff's just really liberating, this whole cryptodermia thing. There's no... I'm just kind of literally making it up as I go along. It's great. I dig it. Makes me feel really good about it. That it's more of just like an expression, and it's really freeing and liberating. Trying out different textures and stuff. Like I started using the spray paint stuff a while ago, like about a year ago on this stuff. But I actually haven't tried to paint back over with brushwork the spray paint stuff like this using wet, dirty water. It sounds pretty cool. Let's see if I can splatter it a little bit. That's rad. I like that. Let me move my phone so I don't ruin that. Now this piece does have some big fat crystals in it too that are still taped up right now. I'll pull those off later once I get this to where I want it to be. Yeah, it's coming along pretty well. Let's continue working this out and see what happens. Ooh, we need the toothbrush. Where's my toothbrush? There they are. You're too pretty. Gotta make you nice and dirty. There we go. Excellent. That's cool. Let's maybe turn you around. Get the back side of you a little bit. Oh, that's vodka. Don't want to mix that in the paint. I could, but then it's probably not healthy for me. Which this isn't either, I'm sure, but I'm talking to myself. And that's, I'm sure, as healthy as all. Interesting. I did this other big ram horn skull earlier this year, and I did it in neon colors, and I kind of just kept going back over it with the neon on the horns, and it made this cool like frosted mini wheat style texture, and I was really happy with that. So I was trying to replicate that here, but I just didn't stick with it enough. And then I got kind of bored about how sterile this looked just with the white and black paint. But this is looking a lot more cool now. I dig it. Alright, so that's good with the black. Now let's get ourselves some white again. And kind of want to use a palette knife. I don't know if that'll even work on this. No, palette knife's not going to do much, unfortunately. But you don't know until you try. But we'll come back to you, probably using in a minute. Now what we can do is we can come down below. Oh, there we go. That's dope. That's so cool looking. And we'll, yeah, that's cool. Now we can bring out the brushstroke textures of all of the stuff that's going on the horns. Very nice. I need to be very careful with not to touch the t-shirt that I'm wearing against this, because it's gonna fucking happen. Let's try to prolong that. I went through an unusual amount of hell to get this Crosses t-shirt. I ordered it from one website online, and after a month and a half of not hearing back from them, I emailed them. They're like, "Oh yeah, we're out of stock, sorry." I'm rat. So I went to a different website online, Undetiered, to try to find it again, and same fucking thing happened. So that's 2.5 months of not getting what I paid for, and so finally I found it on eBay, and it's worked out. So moral of that story is buy your t-shirts on eBay from the UK. And Chino, if you ever watch this, I love you. Make more Crosses music. I love it so much. It makes me happy. I'll make you stuff. Okay. Let's see. Could probably even get a little bit of this white on there. Oh yeah. Bueno. Especially around the bottom where I made it all dingy. Kick ass. That's great. I really like this. That's way better than it was before. Let's see if I can get a little bit more in here. Let's get a little bit in the bottoms of the eye as the undershadow. Perfect. Cool. Sweet. I think that's good. Just carefully turn around. Maybe we should let it sit for just a second. Where's my heat gun at? Heat gun! Oh, there you are. Okay. Are you still plugged in? No. I could fix that though. Oh wait. You are plugged in here. Kind of fast dry this fucking paint a little bit. the sand doing? Good. That first couple of streams where I got my new lapel mic, I must have just used some shitty batteries. Those went out twice. It was so frustrating. Okay, don't touch that with your foot, Joey. Let's see. There we go. Oh, you can see my back. It's looking a lot different, that's for sure. Let's move that. Turn this around. Take a look. There's some kind of hair in there. Get out of there, hair. Stupid hair. Who knows what you are? It's good. I think I'm going to get a little bit more white, and then I'm going to bring out some more highlights. So over here, that's not enough. We need more white. More! And get some of that frosted flake look. Frosted mini wheats look, that's what it was. Basically, I'm just gonna fuck with this until it looks right. I think it's getting closer. It's getting a lot closer. But it needs... a little bit something else. I really like that strong contrast over that ridge. So maybe what I'm going to do is come at it with more just straight black. Just on the bottom here a bit to give more of that contrast. Sounds like an idea. Now what I want to do is I want to get the inside of it black again. And I think that'll help bring things out. So I need a shitty brush that I could sacrifice just to reach around and tool around in there and just get like the inner workings of things that are visible dirty again. Get in there. It's like a lobotomy for darkness. A darkotomy. Is that a word? What is now? So several times you've heard me make mention Briquette. That's this little kitty here who keeps sneaking in my stream. I say hi, Briquette. Meow. Say hi. She's an adorable little cat. She's mine. She's mine. You gonna help me paint? Okay. You're just gonna end up getting hair on everything, huh? Nope. Okay, I'll set you down. Okay. Meow. Okay. I think that I have fucked with this enough for the time being. Possibly. At least this specific one for today. We'll let this dry. We'll come back to it and see how we feel about it. And I'm not going to set it on this and ruin it again. So I'll set that elsewhere. Alrighty. But for this guy now, I don't know. I'm not sure what to do with this guy. You can just dry brush it and see what happens, so let's try that, see how it goes. Give this guy the go-to standard dry brush. Painting over the wire too, so I want to go light. Bring out the eyeballs a little bit so that I can get their little angles. But that also might make the piece look a little bit cooler when it lights up. I don't really know what it was about it that I wasn't satisfied with, but I don't know, sometimes it's just change, you know? You get so used to doing something one way for a while, then when it doesn't immediately look the way you want it to, it's like, no, never change, stick with what you know. I don't know. Experimentation's fun. Oh yeah, I never showed you guys the mount that's going to go with this one. So the mount that's going to go with this guy is over here. It's this guy. Just a really nice looking ruby mount. It's going to be nice. But I don't know about the white. Maybe some red in there? I might just kind of fuck with it a little bit and experiment and see what happens, so bear with me. How about we do some random spray paint? Just really light stuff, not too much. Worst comes to worst, it's ruined. bit of grape in there. Let's give it some color. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing when it comes to color. I'm just making the shit up as I go along. Don't know. Is the light still working? I think it's working. Oh yeah, it's still on. Just, it's really hard to see in this light. Let's maybe counter that with some neon. Not sure why my body's telling me to go with neon yellow. What would that look like? If I do that color and then I do a contrasting neon. Well, that just looks like nothing because I fucked it up. Try that again. That's alright. Let's play. Let's play! It's kind of cool, actually. Let's turn this around. Try that again. It's really pretty. And you can see that it's got this neat little rainbow tone shit going now. God, I don't even know what colors those are. Don't. Oh, you know, and I think this paint's gonna break up that light too. So maybe that'll be a good thing. Because I was worried about it just being too static looking. So, and I can always like kind of scratch it out so I know which one's it. Yeah, I really like the way it looks. That's cool. Maybe I can pull some of that off of that if I can get to it quick enough. I need a Clorox bleach wipe. The bleach wipe, where art thou? There we go. Okay. It's not doing anything. Useless. I got a little bit of that clear glitter on the crystals there because I didn't tape this one, but that's fine. It's fine. They're iridescent now. Cool. I do really like the way that looked, so I just want to be uniform in that. So cool. Well, it's fucking something, that's for sure. I don't know what it is quite yet, but it's definitely something. So that's a thing we did tonight. Cool. Nice little rainbow looking fucking skull. And again, that guy is gonna go on a ruby red mount. So that's kind of pretty. It's like a sunset. It's a nice little sunset skull, that's all. I mean, it comes from the natural order of sunset sarcophagus. Sure. It's a pretty sunset. And it flashes and lights up too. Once this dries, I'll have to come back and take a look and see what kind of horrible thing I made. Stash this under here for now while you dry. Okay, cool. Let's check in back with our checklist. What did we do? Painted the bighorn skull. We painted the mystery skull. What time is it? 8:15? Okay. Pick up after myself a little bit. Put that away. Alright, paying new stuff for new big mount. Okay, check this thing out. And I'm going to need to get to that in a second, so I need to put this somewhere else. There we go. Just leave that right there. Yeah, so I make skulls, I make bats, I make all kinds of things. But one thing that I'm especially proud of, and I've actually never shown publicly before, I haven't really posted any pictures of it, except to the person that I was commissioned to make this for, but check this fucking thing out. This is the most detailed and articulate piece of wire sculpture I've ever made. This is a 3-headed motherfucking bird skeleton. True outstanding piece of cryptodermia. I'm not done with the wire on this yet. I still got to add my signature spirals, and I have this lower gauge, thinner gauge wire. I'm going to use to tighten everything up a little bit more before I paint it. It's going to be painted in a lot of kind of crazy blood tones. So like if you think of like just juicy, gory meat, that's what this is going to go after for its color palette. So I'll probably dry brush that, starting with maybe like a deep red or a glossy black, and then working my way up from there. But the wire work in this thing's fucking crazy. I've never made anything like it. I had to like basically study for more than I've ever put a lot of effort into anything wire. Actual bone structure of birds. And I don't know if you've ever seen a bird sternum, but this is as close as I can get to replicating it. I even have like the horns that come off the side of the rib cage built into it. I have like the full skeletal structure of the wings in here, and like the bird's pelvis. Like, this thing is legit. This is such a beautiful piece of work, and honestly it never would have came to pass if it wasn't for someone just believing in me, seeing my work that I posted online, and investing in me. And this person that's making it, he's a really talented tattoo artist, and I hope that he'll put it up in his shop and show people and tell more people about the work that I do. But yeah, this is a rare moment in time look at an unfinished piece that's probably going to be one of the finest pieces that I've made in a long time. So, my plans for this fucking thing though, and for scale, let's see, you can kind of see how big this thing is too, like compared to my head. It's quite sizable. This piece is going to be mounted very, very similarly to how these guys work, but on a much, much bigger scale. And so that's one of the things that I'm working on tonight to wrap this up. I don't think I'm going to get around to epoxying quite tonight. You've seen me epoxy a bunch of times, and it's not exactly that exciting. But we're going to do some abstract painting. So, this guy stands up too. Yeah, there we go. Hang tight, buddy. Let's see. Oops. This is the back. I got a nice base coat on there, but it's not done yet. Not yet. This will eventually be the frame for it. Right now it's got a nice little base coat on it. This is going to be super glossy black like these smaller ones have been. So you can kind of see how that'll be similar. We're going to do a similar style of dark extraction inside of this. And then, probably not tonight, but I'm going to paint this over again with some gloss black. And then we're going to epoxy over the shit out of it. This bird mount is going to be mounted on this piece of driftwood that I've epoxied. I've already done 3 or 4 layers of epoxy on this. But we're going to paint it black, and I could probably do that right now. So that'll be the next thing I do before I start painting on this. But to see how this piece is going to come together, let me see if I can kind of structure this on the table so you can kind of see what it'll look like. Let's see, is all that in frame? It's pretty much in frame. Pretty much. You can go up a little bit. There you go. Once this is all on there, it's kind of like that. I'm going to mount it. And then the bird will kind of be chilling here on the top. And so this is what you're looking at when the piece is actually fully done. It's going to be just ridiculous. I think it's going to be just crazy. Fucking cool. But this is a very complex piece, and I'm pretty far along in it, and I'm happy to share it with you guys, and you're going to see me work on this till completion. Alrighty. Let's get painting. I have another exciting piece that's kind of like this that I'm working on that I'll show you soon enough too. But I don't want to overwhelm you right now. But cool things. Now we're going to do some more spray painting. What I want to do is I want to paint this piece of wood. So you know what? I want you to trust in me that I'm going to fully spray paint this, but this is a lot of spray paint to use in this environment, and it's just not cohesive to my lungs. So I'm going to paint this black, and I'm going to paint this black in time for our next little stream get together. And then we'll assemble things and go from there. But for the remainder of tonight, let's just fuck around with this and see what happens. What colors? What am I gonna do? Let's just make some marks with some dirty ass paint water. Huh? And let's, oh, you know what? I have a new tool that I haven't used yet. I picked up one of these at the Goodwill. I don't know, I think it's for some kind of painting, but I got it so I can do this. So I can just drag paint out and make it look all weird and ghosty. Isn't that cool? It's like a big spatula. That's kind of neat. It's looking like something already. That's the beauty of abstraction, is you can just build up layers and see what happens. Let's get the heat gun to this, and maybe we can dry it out. Wait, let's splatter it a little bit more. Huh? Can even use the heat gun to blow around. Just kind of lock in that weird cloudy texture. Can even kind of use it to go with the grain of the paint that I did before and make it kind of drip downward. That's wild looking. Look at that shit. I love the way paint looks. Paint's fun. There's an Instagram account that I follow called Paint is Fun, and they often post really cool abstractions like this. Look at that. It's kind of like a weird cloudy day. But I really like some of this stuff. Now honestly, the way I got this texture was just a combination of crackle paint and stamping it with another piece. So we'll have to just make our own. We'll have to make our own way. I'm really attached to this indigo, so let's just fucking throw some of that on there and see what happens. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that in a couple of random spots. And then let's get a little bit of teal. Just a little bit. And let's see what fucking happens. Let's get it a little bit wet so it's malleable. Probably use fresher water. I'm gonna dump this out and get some clean water in here. Back and water. Water for me. And water for you, sir. It's not the cleanest water, at least not in my dirty ass paint cup, but it is quite a bit cleaner than the water that was on here before. So now that that's done, let's smear this around and see what kind of textures we can get. Look at that. And you might say to yourself, wow, you really fucked that up. That was looking nice and weird, but now it's strange. That's what we're going for. Now, let's see if we can suck some of this back out. We're just gonna layer this and kind of just experiment with it, and maybe something will happen. Maybe not. Maybe it was cool the first time I did it and I just made it worse, but we'll see. I want this to have color in it though. I don't want it to be, I love black and I love the way black contrasts on color, but I can't have that contrast if I don't add more color. I'm going to use some wax in this. I have this this white wax material. This is used to dry brush over certain types of pieces, but it has really weird chemical looking reactions when other paint's introduced to it. Maybe we should use some crackle. It's not a bad idea. Go with teal, maybe some Caribbean blue. One thing that's fun is as I'm building a texture on here, because I'm using a palette knife, it's making the paint pretty thick, is that I'm building a texture on here. And that like the way when I drag the palette knife across, it's going to make these more just cool looking visual elements. So like this stuff, this is a pretty abstract looking piece of painting now. And that's all it needs to be. It doesn't really need to be like anything like a grand realist painting or anything like that. It's just the background to a really creepy fucking bird. But we want to be deliberate, so if we're going to smear, we want to smear evenly. That's cool. A little bit more. So this is a start. Looks like shit. I think it's funny when I paint these things. I'm just gonna keep messing with it and layering it until it looks like what it's supposed to be. And for now, it's supposed to be this weird kind of colory abstract thing that's kind of all over the place. I could drag the paint around. And I could tell you that, I don't know, Like, it's got too much light in it. I just want it to be dark. But, I don't know. It's kind of smeared around a little bit. Am I on screws? See, that's pretty cool. Something a little less deliberate, more kind of foggy and oily. Kind of moonish. Let's splatter some white on there and see what happens. And let's add a whole bunch of more water. So let's add fresh water. Get that white in there a little bit. Add a little bit of more water. Maybe add some dark. Huh? Kind of tilt it in a direction. Can let that run upward. Kind of got that fogginess back. That's pretty fucking rad looking. Where'd that come from? Now it's like a cool little weird supernova. Let's see if we can. Pain in my bottle. I don't know, man. It's a trip. That's for sure. And then we can do what we did before. Heat up that edge. Push out these weird pigmentations into the dampness. That's why it's fun to be abstract. It's messy. And you just never know what's going to happen. And with this being all watered down, this is actually going to kind of dry pretty clear, so it's going to bring out a lot of those blues that were underneath it. All right. Well, this is nice and wet, and my hands are filthy as usual. I think we got a really nice start on here. I might want to just flicker a little bit more white on here, though, with a toothbrush. Just while there's still a little bit of stuff going on there. I want to use a little bit more clean water, so it's super white. That will all diffuse pretty evenly. Can even drag this over it a little bit more. Oh, look at that fucking shit. That's dope. Maybe we can drag that up just a little section here. Ooh, what happened there? It's because it's all wet. Goes all our cool texture. Let's keep fucking with it, and it keeps getting broken and weird. Let's maybe splatter just a little bit more on there to cover up that. Cool. Well, I think this looks nice and weird and abstract, and it's a good start. What I might do later is, after this dries, is just go over it with some crackle and then maybe some kind of like semi-transparent coat that brings out some texture some places and makes it separate in others. But yeah, this is a good start to a background of a really interesting piece. All right, cool. Well, where's our little checklist? Alrighty, where are we at? There, yeah. We got that, and that, and that, and that. We painted that. That's this fucking guy. And we kind of painted that, but I'll paint it off camera because it's not really fun to sit here and have you watch me do that. But yeah, I think tonight was another productive night. I'm not going to epoxy tonight. We'll save that for next time if necessary. But we did make a ton of progress. I got some brand new artwork to show from this evening, and let's summarize that real quick before we deuce out. So I'm gonna move you to here, and I'm not gonna touch you. All right. So what do we finish tonight? We got 2 rib cages done. Look at that shit. Oh, here. 2 rib cages. This guy and this guy. It's pretty dark out, but I was gonna see about maybe trying to do the glow in the dark thing again, but I'm gonna experiment with that off stream, and then once I figure out how to show that properly, then we'll go from there. But yeah, so these 2 beautiful rib cages are finished tonight. This kick-ass motherfucker is all done. Look at that, hanging bat. And dancing bat. He danced. He's like, yeah! Dancing bat! Hanging bat. We finished that tonight. Really glad that came together. We also finished this guy, this big, bold looking vampire bat. Yeah. Fuck yeah, this is dope. That's oddly impressive. Alright, and then we got a good base coat going down on this. enough that I think I can pull off these crystals really quick, or my tape, so you can kind of see what it'll look like. Get that off there. Look at that shit. That's pretty cool. Got some tape in there though. So I succeeded in making this filthy. We can clean that up later, I suppose. Yeah, so we did that, and then we also got some work done on this new guy, which I hope you can still see some of the light coming through, but nice little rainbow looking skull situation, and it does light up. Let's see if I can make that happen real quick. Echo, turn off garage lights. Let's see. Can you see that? Kind of. I mean, I see it, but the light sensitivity on this camera isn't so hot. Fuck it. Maybe another screen. Hold on. Let's switch. Hi. Can you see this at all? There it is. How did you get you to see this? This is weird. I don't know. I'm sorry. Well, I assure you, it's very red and it's very glowy. Echo, turn on garage light. And we'll put this light back up. There we go. Well, that was this. Me trying to show you this guy. And that is going to go on this ruby mount once I cut a hole in it and put that together. Cool. Well, shit, we did a lot of fun stuff tonight. So, again, thanks for watching. Yeah, I think we're done. Got to a good stopping point, I suppose. All right. Well, thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed my stream and all of my weird and wonderful things. Yeah, see you soon. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Check back next time. We'll have a lot of more fun stuff to show you. We're finishing up some other pieces as I get ready for the Seattle Tattoo Expo, where I'll have my booth for Edwards Art and Design artwork. If you do enjoy my work, please check me out on Instagram at Joey Edwards with 3's instead of E's, so J-O-3-Y 3-D-W-A-R-D-S. And also Twitter as well, at Joey Edwards, same whole fucking situation. I use Twitter consistently to give updates on when I'm going to go live ahead of time, and I also do that through my Instagram stories, so if you ever want to know. Otherwise, I should be back here on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. So, in the meantime, check out my website for more of my work, and stay weird and wonderful, people. Thank you. Bye.